Geeks, it is time again for another edition of the legendary Friday Nights of the Nerd-O-Roundtable. Today celebrating 975 episodes of sheer nerdiness. And man, what a week we have had. Obi-Wan, the boys, so much shit jumping off. But I have to say something that's off the top we've got to deal with. We got to handle this. We have to stop it in its tracks. Why in the name of all that is nerdy is Sony deciding to go back to theaters with fucking Morbius, yo?
Because it's Morbin time, dog. It's Morbin time.
Yo, Morbius 2 got greenlit. We all saw the Snapchat.
Yeah, man.
Today.
Morbin time.
I almost checked my calendar to make sure that clip wasn't from April 1st because he was looking so self-satisfied, and I was like,
you can't be serious with that.
And he's folding it up. I was like, is it supposed to be am I supposed to see some picture in the way he's folding the script? And then it's Morbius 2, and I'm like, wait, but for real?
For real. It's got to be a joke, Tom. I'm telling you, this has got to be a joke.
It should be, and I think he is that self-effacing that he would buy into it. It was very Ryan Reynolds to me.
Yes, that was very much so.
It is coming back to theaters. That is serious.
Because it's Morbin time.
Don't know why though.
I told you why. It's Morbin time.
Every time you say Morbin, I hear Mormon, and I'm like, are we doing Book of Mormon?
Well, maybe it's that too. So
that movie has so much left to give the audience members.
My God.
Just so much more.
It gave me a nap.
I guess if you want to go to a nice air-conditioned place with some good snacks and take a nap, sure, why not? Why not? There's no reason under God's green earth to re-release Morbius. Morbius is just as bad as that trailer for Gotham Knights. Don't know if you saw that. But you want to talk about bad. A story about Batman's adopted son who we have never heard of before. It's not any of the Robins. It is just some made-up adoption, Turner Hooch or whoever the fuck this kid's name is. And he's partnering up with a bunch of villains, not even really named characters. There is no named characters in this.
I thought they said Joker's daughter.
No,
is she not Joker's daughter?
Now they've cast her as Dula, but I'm like, yeah, no. It's one of those. Is she? I think we're gonna spend the whole season wondering: is she crazy or is she really Joker's daughter? Fuck out of here! It's a stupid concept, and it's not based on anything real. It's just like they said, look, do we still own the rights to Batman? Let's do something interesting. Without Batman, we're killing Batman in the opening season.
They keep doing that, by the way, putting out shows that's around Batman, but does not have Batman.
Oh, absolutely. No, like I said in the thread, this has got to be like the 6th Batman adjacent series that doesn't actually have Batman. Mm-hmm. You had Gotham, you had Pennyworth, you had Gotham Knights, you had the Batwoman.
Yeah.
You had Titans.
Yep, Titans. Yep.
That doesn't have Batman in it. And but Bruce Wayne is in the show, or was before he was killed, right? So it's interesting to me that Batman is now or will have been killed almost as many times as his parents at this point.
Not to be funny or anything, but there's a video game coming out in October called Gotham Knights, where the premise is Batman is killed and all the other like Robin, Red Hood,
Nightwing,
Huntress, and they all have to come together and like it's a multiplayer game and you're trying to solve this crime. But like they're stuck in the story where like Batman is out of the picture. I just don't get it.
Well, I think it's because they're really trying to do away with them. I think this is all a part of DC's continued plan to do everything that they can to take the rights away to do a Batman story that's as Batman adjacent as you can. They've tried to revamp the story, change it as much as they could so they could stop giving that credit that's due to the Kane family.
But they keep putting out Batman movies. We just got the Batman. They're
Yeah,
doing the Batman
another
sequel.
I forgot about the
So
Batman
they
movies.
can't. As far ways they're trying to get away from Batman. He's their goose. They keep throwing them the golden eggs.
Warner Brothers with the DC license, they're basically like a kid with an ant farm. They don't know what the hell they're fucking doing. They just don't.
No, they're worse.
And the ant
they're
farm
worse.
Die.
They're actually kids
So the
with an
Batman.
ant farm and in magnifying glass out on a hot sunny day, burning that bitch down. That's who Warner Brothers is. They don't care about the content. They don't care about anything other than another means to pimp out the IP, and that's all they're doing over there. It's kind of disgusting.
Are they contractually obligated like Fox was with Fantastic Four, where they have to put out a film X amount of years?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Yeah.
So
no, I think they just owned it outright.
So they're just pumping it out for the sake of printing money.
But I mean, again, is it printing money? Oh, Birds of Prey was another one.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, that was
so
horrible.
bad.
That was bad. Yeah.
So the first Suicide Squad had a Batman homage into it because
he was
Joker
in it.
was a villain. Yeah, that's right. He was in it briefly.
He was in it.
But I mean, for a snatch, just because, again, it's almost as though, remember in the 90s when Wolverine was the hottest shit going at Marvel, and so you had Wolverine and Kitty Pryde miniseries, and you had the Wolverine comic book, and basically the X-Men turned into Wolverine and those people in blue costumes, and it was just Wolverine. And then even in the cinematic universe, once Fox had run out of gas on the X-Men, they just turned to Wolverine to be basically the face of the franchise. He was the only one who ended up getting the spin-off movie, And so this is what they're doing with Batman. Except
Wolverine, he was in everything.
Exactly. And in this one, Batman just isn't, because you're thinking that the cape is big enough, see what I did there, to cover all of this bullshit.
I see that.
And it just isn't. And I thought Gotham Knights actually was a comic book, wasn't it? But not with these little kids and all this other foolishness where Selena Kyle's daughter is running around on a motorcycle. I just don't understand.
No. Look, everything about that show is proof again that Warner Brothers doesn't know what they're doing. Although I will say that homeboy whose name I can't pronounce, who is now in charge of everything, look, his name starts with a Z and has like
Shazam!
A W and an H right next to it. It's a weird name or something, right?
Shazam.
So this dude, he seems to be quietly cleaning house, because I reported earlier this week that Toby Emmerich had just stepped down as head of the film department.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of like, maybe they're saying, hey guys, nothing that you've been doing to work, and we're going to start letting people go. You can leave on your own if you want to, but we're really going to start cleaning house. And so far, the only things that are actually on the calendar, you have left this year, you have Black Adam and Shazam this year, and DC Super Pets or whatever. Then next year, you've got Aquaman.
The movie the world has been waiting for.
Yes, now it's gonna be a barn burner. Aquaman, The Flash, and some.
Wait, what did you say, Anthony?
So just as long as it doesn't shit the bed.
That's good.
Oh boy,
That's good. That's good.
Where's the badum ching? Thank you.
That's good.
Look, I had to get that out of the way. Okay, so on to some fantastic, wonderful, just totally satisfying content.
Yeah.
This week, Obi-Wan, and I know a lot of folks were not on board with episodes 1 and 2. I loved the pacing. I loved getting into what hermit life was like for Obi-Wan. For some reason or other, that did it for me. I liked the story that they told. I even like seeing young Leia because when you watch the animated series,
Leia.
Freakishly small, insanely intuitive and intelligent, all that. But when you look at even some of the Clone Wars cartoons and you see some of her adventures, even there's a animated short I think it's called Star Wars, Star Wars Universe. Something. It's like a bunch of 5-minute shorts that focus on on some different characters, and there's stories in there with Leia and Sabine Wren, Leia and Chewie doing some stuff. There's a whole lot that Leia was doing. She wasn't just, walking around in the evening gown waiting to be saved. She was really, really putting it down while Luke was, moisture farming. So to see her right now and see this, to me, is a child that would have grown up to be the teen that we saw in Rebels and Clone Wars, and also the adult that we saw eventually in 4, 5, and 6. I don't know. For me, this episode, it did everything for me. It gave us an Obi-Wan who is just struggling with just getting back into the swing of things. This is not an Obi-Wan who was a badass Jedi. This is an Obi-Wan who's like haggard. He's old. He's barely holding his own against stormtroopers. God damn it. This dude, back in the day, he was taking out entire armies of fucking droids. Now 4 or 5 stormtroopers. He didn't even get all of them in the beginning. I'm like, dude, you shot 3. You let one get the drop on you. Okay, all that aside, the thing that really blew my mind is the fact that we have for the longest known that Darth Vader was supposed to be this galaxy-wide menace. He was just his presence in the original trilogy. We didn't know what we just, he's a tall dude. He's imposing. He seems like a badass, and they're saying that he is. He choked one dude with the Force choke. Got it. This episode here, when you get a Vader that's walking down the street, literally pulling people out of their houses and not force choking them, he's force neck snapping them. Damn it, I'm done.
Yeah, it was my one critique was that at the end of Rogue One, where they showed the CGI Vader, who was really like completely kicking ass, and that's 10 years after this, to see the kind of slow walk, and the lightsaber battle was cool, but I guess I was just kind of expecting, given that in the new continuity, he's basically half Grievous. He's got 2 bionic legs and 2 bionic arms. I guess it would have been kind of cool to see a Vader who could move like that and really be that peppy. But when he lit that thing on fire and pulled Obi-Wan into it like, now you will feel my pain, I was like, okay. Yeah. I don't know how he didn't get more burnt the fuck up, but I was feeling it. I was like, okay, Mustafar, I get you. You shooting publicity commercials. The Mustafar tourism board is like, come to Mustafar. Before we jump off of the casting of Leia and her portrayal, was anybody else thinking, I had my fingers crossed that young Leia was actually going to be somebody along the lines of like Bella Ramsey, who was Lady Mormont in Game of Thrones. I always thought she'd be a badass young Leia. I think the actor is like probably way too old, and maybe she looks too old now to have been a 10-year-old, but this little 5-year-old they got running around as Leia, I don't know how she's supposed to be 10, so I would have felt Bella. Bella had exactly the same sort of compunction and I don't give a fuck and you ain't got me scared that Leia was supposed to embody. So I really would have enjoyed seeing that. But hearing Vader's voice and seeing that suit walk around there, it was a very satisfying moment. And Kathy, who is the real Star Wars nerd in our household, Kathy was literally screaming. And when he pulled that dude down the street, she was like, ah! It was kind of funny.
Yes. McBain, your thoughts?
I've been processing this episode for a long time.
Oh, you and your processing.
Oh, fuck off.
That's an Intel. It's an Intel processor. It's really slow.
Intel
That's why
9.
it's so slow.
Yeah, slow like Vader. I can still snap your neck. I enjoyed this episode, but I didn't like the fact that I enjoyed it because fucking Disney be pissing me off for a long ass time. I'm always say I'm out the door. I'm done with Star Wars. And then they do shit like this. And then I'm like, hold on, baby. Let's see what's going on. They do it. So like this episode gave me anxiety. I'm not fucking around. I'm being totally serious. And it started when, and I've never seen a Star Wars, anything Star Wars like this. When Obi-Wan was seeing shit in the desert. He thought he saw Anakin. I'm like, dude, bruh is shook. I've never seen Obi-Wan like this before. They showed another personality, and it made total sense because I felt his pain. I felt what he was going through. You look at this Obi-Wan in this time period, and you look at the Obi-Wan in A New Hope. How he explains the Force to Leia and how he explains the Force to Luke is two totally different people. One person is just lost, hopeless, shook. Other person's at hope. He has hope in him. He's like accepted his failure and he's moved on. It's just when he tells Leia, you ever been afraid of the dark? And how do you feel when the light turns on? That's what the Force is like. And then when he explains the Force to Luke, it's just, I love that scene. I truly enjoyed it. The part of this show that had me shook the most is when Obi-Wan's just not thinking. He's like just freaked out, and he calls Leia by her real name in front of the stormtroopers. And I said to myself, "Oh, you done fucked up." You know that scene in fucking what's that movie?
You called her Leia.
Menace to Society. I was like, you're fucked up now, right? You know you done fucked up. I was like, how is he gonna get out of this? And he gets out of it by telling Leia and the stormtroopers the truth from a certain point of view. You see what I did there? I just love that scene. I just felt the anguish that Obi-Wan was going through. And then I love the scene where he senses Vader for the first time, and he's having a panic attack. It seems like
he was.
Yeah,
he was.
I was like, dude, this homeboy is shook. And Liz, who's not here tonight, she was asking, why did Obi-Wan go off on his own? I mean, to me, it made perfect sense because he knew that Vader was going to find him. There was no way in hell that he was going to get away.
They are not looking for Leia. That is not who they are looking for.
Yeah.
No.
She was the bait. She's the bait.
When Vader was stalking him at the end of the episode, it reminded me of Empire Strikes Back when Luke is walking down that hallway and Vader jumps out of nowhere right before he chops his hand off. Vader was fucking with him. He was playing with his fucking food. He was savoring this ass whooping for 10 years. 10 years. And I knew exactly, I knew exactly what he was doing. And I loved it. I loved it all because Vader knew that Obi-Wan was shook. Obi-Wan's an old, broken down man, and Vader's so angry. You could just feel the tension when he's trying to fight him off and get away. It was
okay. Wait, you guys have said something that now has me wondering. Reva stole or kidnapped Leia to be bait.
Yes.
What is your understanding of who Reva thinks Leia is?
That's my other question. That's my main question right now going forward is Reva saw something in that tunnel that changed her or something. I don't know what's going on there. Reva knows too much about Vader to begin with.
Yeah.
There's something more to the story, which I'm really curious about.
But see, that my point is that we know that Leia is Vader's daughter.
Yeah.
But we have come to the conclusion that when Vader comes, he comes because Kenobi is there.
Yes.
Yes.
And so I'm trying to figure out why Reva would think that Leia being kidnapped would be something that Kenobi would respond to.
Oh, that's easy.
That's because of the that's because in the second episode, she put 2 and 2 together that Organa and Kenobi were friends during the Clone Wars.
And so she just thinks that because they're friends, if she kidnaps Leia. So she doesn't have intel about Leia being adopted.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. Yeah.
Only people know really is R2.
No.
Jimmy Smits and Yoda and Obi-Wan. Basically.
No, because even Leia, when they're sitting on the truck with the stormtroopers, she turns to Ben and says, "You know who my real mother is,
Yeah, she knows she's adopted, but she doesn't know who the father is. Or the mother
just like
is.
Luke doesn't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
'cause
I don't think Reva knows that either. I think she's
she
just
doesn't.
playing on the fact that Obi-Wan came to save this girl because remember in episode 2, she chased him all across that damn Las Vegas planet to find her and to find him finding her. She's the
but
one
I'm
that
just
sent
trying to
the bounty hunters to get him.
right. I'm just trying to figure out how she. I mean, and you're saying that because of the Bail Organa and
Yes,
Kenobi
Bail Organa,
connection,
yes.
Yeah.
then that's how it worked. But I guess I mean it's just weird to me that
She even said it in the episode. Look, they're close friends. He would come for him.
right. But I'm saying now Vader is on the same planet,
Yes.
not too far away from his daughter, and it takes him until Empire for him to say sister.
Nope.
No.
6.
Return of the Jedi.
Oh,
Return of the
oh,
Jedi.
that's right.
He doesn't find out until like Luke's emotions give it away.
Right, give it
Well,
away.
well,
But that's
no,
my
that's
point.
when,
He's
George wrote that in on episode 6. She
Well,
was
but see,
they were
but
never
even still-
brother and sister until episode 6.
But
Was
even beyond that.
Mhm.
It's true.
Yeah. No, that's true, yeah.
Oh, I-
Because
oh,
No,
I
no,
thought
they
by
were
the time
brother and
by the
sister.
no, I'm
but
saying it
remember-
had never been
We
established.
didn't know.
Yeah.
We didn't know. Nobody knew until
but
Jedi.
that
they're related.
was in the fight on Cloud City.
Yeah.
When he took his hand, that he was like, oh no. That wasn't. That
No,
was when he
because
said,
Jedi-
"I'm your father." Yeah, it
Jedi-
was. You're right.
We find
You're
out
right.
in Jedi
Because
Yeah.
there's a line in Empire when Luke leaves Dagobah.
Mhm.
Ben and Yoda are chilling, and Yoda goes, "No,
There's
is
another.
another."
Another,
Yeah, they're the
right.
ones
That
said there was
implication was never about Leia. It was supposed to be another Jedi that was out there.
Yeah. We
And
didn't
then
know.
George
Yeah,
had to tie up that line.
movie wise, the trail of the movie beyond the behind the scenes, the movie eventually it made it that other was Leia, and that
Was Leia, yeah.
that Vader found that out when they were fighting on
At
the
the end.
damn newly built Death Star, and that's
Yep.
when
Yes.
Luke loped
Right.
up and started like going ham on him.
Right.
Got it.
Uh-huh.
But Vader still did not know about his children. He, even being in her presence, because maybe it's that Leia didn't have enough force sensitivity for him to pick up on it. Maybe he was just like, I don't give a fuck about this
Well,
girl. I just want,
Leia never
I'm
trained,
revenge
so she
minded.
never-
I'm seeing
yeah.
blood red.
Well,
I
you
wanna
got to think her and Vader crossed paths before, because remember in A New Hope when it starts off, what she said, like, I recognized your foul
Your
stench.
foul
Fucking
stench.
mad shit.
Yeah, she was
Yeah,
talking
she
shit,
was.
and that was on the ship, so they have crossed
Right.
paths before even A New Hope.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
My question is, one, how did Reva catch up to Leia in the tunnel? Because Leia had a
The script called for it.
yeah, exactly. And two, look,
Or she used whatchamacallit speed. Saying damn Inquisitor's pretty fast.
Sith speed.
what is she fucking Martian Manhunter when she's phasing through walls and shit? What I mean,
she just
all right, fair, okay,
just run
fair
down the
enough.
tunnel.
Look, this episode was baller, so I'm not going to worry about all that. The other question is that okay? So
Plot holes don't matter to family.
exactly. So when Obi-Wan gets fucked up in the fire and the droid is carrying him away, how come Vader can't use the Force to stop the droid? Is he
Just-
afraid of fire, or
I think because if you look, and I know you can't see his face, but the way the fire was reflecting off of his mask, you could almost see his eyes. I could just feel his eyes being glazed over, staring at the fire,
Yeah.
and just kind of looking at that moment again, flashing back to that. Because it's like Vader, he's still haunted. I would really hazard a guess he's still haunted by the same nightmares that Obi-Wan is haunted by from
But
a
he-
different perspective.
But he lives on Mustafar.
Does he?
yes, he does.
Yeah.
Yes,
Still?
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
But no.
That's his
Yeah,
castle.
no,
When
he has
they-
his own castle there.
No, I got that. I know that he does get his own castle, but I'm saying in this movie here, wasn't he still freshly being rebuilt?
No,
wherever
he-
no,
Palpatine
No,
had-
because it's been
no,
10
no.
years.
No, he was
Okay.
he was rebuilt on Revenge of the
Episode
Sith.
3.
Episode
Yeah.
3. No,
Okay.
no,
Yeah.
no, no, no.
He was the 6 billion credit man by that point.
Pretty much. So like I love once again, I love the fact that Obi-Wan was doing things so out of character because he was so afraid. Like, not getting on the speeder, fucking not going around the fucking barrier. He was shook. And like all the little, I'm like, dude, like, because seriously, let's think about this. Obi-Wan Kenobi's always been that James Bond cool character, always calm, cool, always like just even when he was like aggressive, he was always thinking. He's a broken man right now, and I'm just eating it up. I can't get enough of that. This point in his life, I want to see how he gets over it, and he's slowly showing signs of it. Because when he was in the tunnel, he asked homegirl, like, "Why are you doing this?" You can kind of sense him slowly being like inspired, slowly getting that hope back again.
Yeah, I am shook at how shook
they went to the
Ryan
tunnel,
is.
Before they went into that tunnel, the name drop of Quinlan Vos.
That was baller too.
If that right there does not pretend what is about to happen in this series or even a future Star Wars series, if you bring someone like Quinlan Vos into this show, and I'm wondering now, my big wonder is, well, you've got O'Shea Jackson Jr. saying that with all the racism that y'all are putting out there on
Quinlan,
Sister Moses Ingram, he said, just watch what the fuck I do when I come in.
You know he's Quinlan, right? You know he's Quinlan, right?
He's got to be. He's got to be.
And to Tom's question, there's plenty of time for Disney to fuck this up because they've gotten peak orgasm. Okay, like you know that scene when Obi-Wan was in the hallway, like he was busting a nut. Like you can't get any higher than that right now. How do you top that?
Quinlan,
so, baby nut, not super nut.
No, hey, yo, hey, right. Look, that's some serious. Like we're going into deeper into the canon, deeper into the books, deeper into the comics. Man, that's real dope.
Vader was dragging people across the fucking street like they owed him money. I mean, come on, man.
They pulled the guy out the window and snapped his neck for fun.
So here's the thing.
Is Darth Vader gonna have to choke a bitch?
I thought two things during that scene. One, Vader's a bad man. And two, Vader, you're a dick. You're just an asshole.
Well, what pisses me off now is we literally watch Vader pull some guy out of a window, hold him in the air and choke him to death, and then just drag another guy out of a door and then snap his neck right in front of everybody for no reason.
Because he can.
Baller.
Well, hold on. And then we saw Boba Fett do nothing. One of the most badass bounty hunters in the universe.
According to
I think that they are really they're putting their all into this one. I think they're really trying to make a point with this series, and I think with that scene in particular, they're really trying to say, like, we heard you. We know that you guys are like, oh man, but the kid, you added a kid, and now it's all kiddie and it's Disney-fied. We're snapping necks in front of kids, in front of families. We are murdering people out in the street.
We are Captain Cartering stormtroopers.
I think a lot of people don't get that Leia she's not part of the story. She's just thrown in there because they had to get Ben off of Tatooine.
Yes.
And that's all she's there for.
Right.
Vader did all that massacring for a reason. He knew Obi-Wan was there, and that would draw him out. Plus, it shook him too. Because once Obi-Wan saw that shit, he's like, dude, I get the fuck out of here.
Oh, I gotta go.
I get the fuck up out of here. Because after he saw that shit, he's like, yo, y'all need to get the fuck out of here.
Well, fuck this.
Yeah.
It's badass. But, I mean, like, that is peak Darth Vader.
It's quite possibly one of the best episodes of Star Wars television that we've seen.
He was dragging him through the streets, son.
Come on, man. Like you haven't seen that in Star Wars television.
Pulling him
for no reason.
Screaming.
I think
dude was just chilling, like, yo, man, I don't want no problems.
Oh, you got problems. I think that's what did it. I think that's it, because like Vader's just chilling, the Inquisitors and the Stormtroopers are hanging out in the back, and he just goes for a stroll down the street and starts pulling motherfuckers out windows and doors and snapping necks and choking them.
Dude, okay, here's the thing.
For no reason.
Even the Inquisitors were like, some shit, man.
Oh, fuck.
Inquisitors like, yo, man, Vader tripping.
Right.
He was mad.
At least he's earned the respect that he was given that was kind of unseen in New Hope.
Right.
And the thing about Kenobi, what I'm wondering is, so we've got 10 years after the events of this series to bring us to A New Hope, basically. Is he
9,
gonna get
yes.
like a Palpatine level aging process where he's gonna end up in some sort of battle that like makes all his hair fall out and turns his
Well, I mean,
beard
he's
gray?
in Tatooine. There's those 3 suns. That son is
No
hot.
SPF.
I mean, I guess I'm just saying it. I was just looking at a meme about Alec Guinness,
Mhm.
and I was like, "Holy fuck! How are they going to do this?" There's got to be some sort of explanation. Either maybe his hair starts to fall out, or some of his shit got burnt off. I don't
9
know.
years
It's
is
just
a long time.
It's not that long.
Okay, for you
Well-
and me, yes. White people, nah, bro.
But it was a
Look,
galaxy
let's be
far,
real,
far
man.
away.
This is
Look,
being real, man. This is me saying.
I would
We
have
age
I
like
would
elves,
almost
just saying.
almost hazard that this Obi-Wan that we're seeing, we
Mhm.
cannot go off of the Alec Guinness Obi-Wan. We'd have to assume that even if this Obi-Wan, through stress, because I'd be stressed the fuck out if that kind of a Vader was after me. I'd be stressing every single day. Stress will turn your hair white in a minute.
Well,
I'm
it worked for
thinking
Obama, so maybe.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's just 4 years, right? So
Well,
I would think that with this type of stress and pressure on him, yeah, he's gonna age, but like I don't know if we can get that caught up in the
He was shook,
look
man.
of
That
the
fight took years
characters
off his life.
from that. You know what I'm saying?
He
Like
just
it-
did.
I think that one fight,
even asked Vader.
fight
He's
took it
like-
off him.
He basically asked Vader, man, what the fuck happened to you? Like, he literally asked him, like, yo, man, what the hell happened to you? Like, dude,
Right.
man, like, there's a lot of stress.
He
I'm not joking. I felt anxiety watching this episode.
He
was
force
great.
pushed him without trying. And you got to remember back to the battle on Revenge for the Sith, the lightsaber battle. The two of them were trying to force push each other with nobody given.
right.
Right.
So Vader just like, all right, I got you, bitch. Boom.
Yeah.
I got you, bitch.
Like
And force
fuck
choked the
out
shit
my
out of
way.
him, too.
Yes.
He could have snapped his neck when if he wanted to, but he
Oh,
wanted
no.
Obi-Wan
Oh no,
to
he
die.
wanted him to burn. No.
Yeah, he wanted him to suffer.
No, he wanted
He's
him to
having
burn.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Slow ass whooping, Tom. It's a
Like
slow ass whooping.
this is one of those things where he's like, I am going to torture you, not because I want you to turn, not because I want you to become my Grand Inquisitor, just because you're gonna know what you did to me, son. You're gonna know. You're gonna
Yeah.
know.
That's real petty too, because I mean,
It's a Sith.
bro, like
I mean, that's
like
almost
that was
petty.
all. That was really on you. He was like, I loved you. You were supposed to be the chosen one. And then both legs are gone, and you're getting barbecued on Mustafar, the 4th of Mustafar.
Didn't Vader even say, you should have killed me?
He did, yeah.
Yeah. You ain't fucking around. I hear some shit like that. Nah, dog. I'm out.
Yeah, right.
out,
Damn the fight. Damn the
I'm
fight.
like, you done one, okay?
Yo, you got this. I'm gonna give this one to you. I'm bounce.
Yeah.
Right, like, look, man, look here, look, I got you. Look, I'll
Kill
take.
me
Look,
when you
I
have that
will never pick up a
chance.
lightsaber again. I'm good. I'm not even practicing the damn force
He
anymore.
he
Okay.
couldn't even use his form 3. Like he couldn't even defend. Like he couldn't even barely block the blows. Like Vader was so fucking angry. He was just like, dude. Oh, it was good.
This
And
is
a lot
this
of hate
beautiful,
in him.
beautiful episode.
He had hate in his
Beautiful
heart and
episode.
he wanted to let it out.
Now-
Let it out.
Okay, in the beginning, I was really apprehensive because I was always under the impression that they only fought once before in New Hope. They kind of got around that issue when, going back and when Vader said you should not have come back. I guess you could say yes, they may have met before, but look how they did this. It was just so well done. I just,
Well, they haven't.
I like it.
There's still going to be another
you think so?
crossing. There has to be.
But even if there isn't, after an ass whooping like this, I can understand him saying you should not have come back. He's like, you should have remembered me dragging you through the fire, homie. Like,
Right.
you don't remember that? You shouldn't have come back. Not for more, my dude. No. I don't know. I'm hoping that this is the series that keeps it going. Mandalorian kept it going in season 2 all the way to the end. I'm hoping that this is going to be more the same. I know, Ryan.
I just
I
don't see
know.
how you can top this episode. Just even the little things, the tension.
Quinlan, when they bring in O'Shea Jackson Jr. and they team up,
Maybe.
and my theory is they carry him over from Kenobi into Ahsoka.
That
could
would
see
make
that.
sense.
I mean,
makes
Because
sense.
that would be a very effective bridging tactic. And listen,
Yeah.
to me, I don't think. Remember, in at the end of Mando 2, that's when they brought Luke in because they figured there was no way you could go higher.
Yes.
I don't think that they're anticipating that it's all downhill for the last 3 episodes. I think there's still got to be, to me. There's still got to be something that is bigger.
Well,
I don't know if it's. I don't know if
Qui-Gon
it's
has to show up.
Yep.
Qui-Gon,
yeah,
I can
maybe,
see
I
that.
guess. But I mean, I just don't think a reveal like this is the peak. I don't know if the peak is going to be another Vader peak or if they have to leave it alone. It sure seems like Vader is going to be still chasing him because Reva
It could
is
be
still
some
obsessed
dope
with
Palpatine type stuff.
Okay,
I
but
mean,
here's the thing, Tom. My penis can only get so erect. So how do you get higher than this?
Look,
I just can't.
Star Wars is about to ship you a package of hymns, and you will be fine.
You heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. His Jolly Rancher is at full attention.
No, it's a now and later because you can enjoy it now or later.
Look, okay, on that tip.
I mean, we're
You see what I
clearly
did
the
there?
boys. We're clearly the
Yeah.
boys today.
You see
So
what I
Okay.
did there? On that tip, watching The Boys episode 1, where you start the episode off with a
I haven't watched it
void
yet.
version of Ant-Man having sex with a doll, a Barbie doll, then growing to full man size, going into another room with another man who strips down and says, I want you inside me. At that point, I'm thinking to myself, okay, you're going to engage in some type of wild sex. They said, nope, that's not what we're going to do. What we're going to do is we're going to have the Ant-Man character shrink down and crawl inside the other dude's penis. And then he sneezes and he expands to full size and he blows the dude up. And at that point, I said, why am I watching this? What is this show? This is insanity, dude. This is the most sickest, craziest shit I've ever seen. What are we doing here? Anthony, I don't know, dude. I'm trying. I'm really trying.
know you're
But
trying.
this show is
You were
really making
so-
it hard, dude.
You were so against The Boys season 1. You're against The Boys season 2. You just were not feeling it. T, just embrace
This is
it.
craziness.
Just
No, it's supposed to be a spoof, dude. It's supposed to be a comedy.
Yeah.
A dark comedy.
just
it's
embrace what
dark.
it is.
Oh, it's
And
dark.
that's the best thing about it. It's fucking dark. And it's not Batman DC dark. Like, it's just sort of sick
There's
shit dark.
Spoofs
Right.
of every character
Yeah.
in the show. I haven't
Go
seen episode- I haven't
inside
seen season 3
the
yet, but I'm looking forward
urethra
to it.
of a man and is rubbing around in there. I'm like, why am I
Just
watching
wait for the
this?
hero gasm scene. Just wait for when they.
well, they are definitely teasing Hero-gasm.
Wait,
Wow.
okay,
in-
Jesus,
in-
what
in
is
this.
the hero gasm?
So Hero-gasm, after, I don't know, what was it, Anthony? 3 years of the boy, 3 editions of the
Yeah.
boys. So Hero-gasm was really just kind of like a breather. It was all about basically this island where all of the soups go just to get completely buck the fuck wild. For like a week or whatever. It's like a vacation where they just go and live out every fantasy, every sick, whatever, depraved, whatever. It's basically like Eyes Wide Shut in some tropical island where soups just do any and everything that they want to do. And so the dude crawling into the other dude was definitely a hero-gasm sort of thing to happen. First of all, he's the termite, which, ew. I mean, just the idea of
The
What's
idea
the
of
wood?
a termite.
just
The wood.
yeah, oh yeah. And then how Butcher puts him into a bag of coke to chill him
And
out.
shakes
It
him
was
up.
Hilarious.
Oh, man.
Oh, it was hilarious. I really dig this series. It is tracking with the comic book. They've taken some liberties with other things. They introduce a completely different rationale for why Black Noir doesn't come out of his mask. But if you get to episode 3, I don't know how many of you have. I watched all 3
I'm
of the
only in
episodes.
episode 2. Now, from my memory, I did not really read the comic book,
Okay.
but Black Noir is actually a Homelander clone. Was it Black
Not-
Noir that killed him in the comic?
Black Noir in the comics is an even more twisted clone of Homelander, which, my God, it's hard to imagine that would be.
Wow.
But
Wow.
in this continuity, Black Noir is a black guy. He doesn't have Homelander's full suite of powers. He's
Oh.
basically just like super strong, super durable,
Isn't he
and
the
kind of like
son
a
of-
ninja.
Isn't he the son of what's his face? The other black dude? The
No, I don't
forget his
think
name.
so.
Okay. All right.
No.
Hmm,
Although they did introduce a young version, the actor who plays the Giancarlo Esposito character in episode 3 is really it's like Rob Lowe in number 2. It's
Really?
it's
Okay.
very good
I'm,
casting.
Wow.
I'm looking forward to watching this. I really am.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's quite good. And they're exploring a lot of different things. There's some Stormfront stuff, but basically so far it looks like the arc is really all about Homelander completely losing
so
his
I have
shit.
I have a question. So is Stormfront dead?
No, she's alive.
I'm not gonna be that.
Well, she doesn't die in the end of season
I thought
2.
she was dying. I thought she was.
No,
Okay,
she's
all right.
she's
got her shit fucked
de-legged
up.
and has a
Yeah.
stump, and her face is burnt, and she's, for whatever reason, I guess because of the severity of the damage, she's not healing like she normally would expect to heal.
Well,
Look,
'cause
the fact that
kid
Homelander
fucked her
went
up.
into her room while she's all crispy and in the bed and got a hand
Got a
job
handy
from
yeah.
her one
Okay,
working hand
I didn't
while
see all that.
while she's damn near comatose. I'm like, dude, man, what this is really
We must make the
offending me on
master
all
race.
types of fronts. I
Okay.
don't know what's happening right now.
It's escapism. Just take it in, brother.
Oh,
Just take it
man.
in.
Oh.
Just take it
it's
in.
so
She
dark
I
was.
cannot take it in the urethra like this dude did. This is a problem.
It's so dark and twisted. You just got to embrace it and just go with it. Because you're not getting that shit from Marvel. You're not even getting that shit from DC.
Hell no, I ain't seen that. You ain't getting that
Look,
anywhere but here.
No.
Look, you're really not
and
getting
that's
that
what's
from
so
anywhere
great about
except
it.
comic books. I mean, and again, I wasn't a big fan of anything Garth Ennis did. I just wasn't. I didn't like, what was it, Preacher? I definitely didn't like The Boys because I just don't like the style of the comic books, just the art in every book that he wrote. It had this really awful, almost like what's the show based in Texas with the 4 dudes and Dale and
King of the Hill.
King of the Hill.
Yeah.
The Garth Ennis comic books to me always look like King of the Hill, and it's just hard to read. So I never got with anything he's ever done. And then so when I saw this, I was like, nah, this is a Garth Ennis thing. I can't get with it. And again, this is, I mean, is it funny? Yeah, there's some funny stuff that happens. The animated series based on it, I thought that was as crazy as they could get. But then you see this season 3 and just 2 episodes in, and I'm like, I can't watch this at night. I can't watch this while eating.
Well, you definitely can't watch it with your kids.
You can't watch that as a kid.
Nah, man. No. Don't watch. Don't
Just embrace it, Twala. Just embrace it.
Oh man, it's tough, man. It's tough.
Dude,
This
it's
is
go with
pushing
it.
every boundary out there.
Okay, so,
Everyone.
have you seen like the previous seasons?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just come on, man. You know how it is.
I know. I thought, look, I thought I'd seen it all with season 2. I was like, man, I've seen it all.
brother.
No,
No,
you
This
had
is- they
to-
said no.
In episode 2, are you to the point where the Congresswoman, the AOC proxy,
Mhm.
has encountered the dude from her past?
Yep. Oh, I saw that. That
Yeah, that-
was horrific. That was one of the most horrifying cinematic scenes and they stayed looking at this dude, and I'm like, please, oh my god, please take the camera off of this thing. What she did to this dude was horrific. Even Butcher in the end when he confronts Gun Dude, Bullet Man, whatever this dude's name is, when he look, okay, Ryan, oh my god, dude. Oh.
I'm gonna watch some of it tonight. So I mean, like the whole like promo I saw on I think it was on Twitter of Soldier Boy cutting promos was fucking hilarious.
Hey, that was funny. That was funny. I really want to see this dude, Jensen Ackles. I want to see what he does in this. I'm curious because of that promo, right? Because I was like, yo, is this dude like a crazy Captain America?
Yes, that's what he
man,
is.
I gotta watch this.
He's gonna be doing some sick shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Some
wow.
definite war crime stuff.
Mhm.
Wow. Okay. All right. Look. If it's nerdy, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it through to the end. That's just the curse of what it comes to with this content. I can't start it and not watch it. I am just curious to see where it's going. I don't know how much crazier that they can get.
We know where
I
it's
have to
going.
watch episode
Oh
3
yeah.
yet.
Up some dude's dick.
I can't tell you what I thought ultimately was going to happen between the way he was responding to the guy touching the inner walls of his urethra. I thought there was about to be something along the lines of the first scary movie scene at the end, where we were going to see something decidedly more disgusting. But what ended up happening was more than I expected, honestly.
Yeah.
So it's that kind of show.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
there's
It's that kind of show.
there's a real twist for people who aren't as familiar with the comic books. There's a twist that manifests, I think, at the end of episode 2. That carries over into episode 3. There's a major development that happens in this season that we're going to be tracking, and so it's well worth watching. If you've watched the first first 2 seasons, you can't not watch this season. So
okay, with this show, it took me about I want to say like 3 or 4 episodes of the first season for me to get locked in, because when I first started watching it, I was so used to watching Marvel and DC. Wasn't like, I didn't have any type of attachment to these characters. But after the 3rd or 4th episode, I was like, okay, I'm in.
Right.
I will say I like Lance Alonso's character.
Mother's Milk.
Mother's Milk. Yeah. I
Yeah,
like
man.
what they're doing with his character in this series. I mean, they are doing a better job, to me, at least, of the characters. Everyone, Giancarlo Esposito's character,
he's always
the
good.
Starlight
Yeah.
character, all the characters, at least they are digging deeper into them, which they're making them already within the first 2 episodes I've seen. Even A-Train's character, the things that they're doing with them, it's like, okay, now you're fleshing them out. Now you're making them more than just these silly, murderous, rogue, versions of the Justice League, whatever. It's like you're making them actually people, versus, to me, they were just, sick, twisted characters of the characters we all know and love going into it. And for me, again, by the time The Boys came out, we had already seen Watchmen. We had already seen, everything that Rob Liefeld and his crew did at Image Comics. They really pushed the limits with trying to give us morally gray, actually over the top violent heroes. Supreme, was a sick and twisted version of Superman. And hell, there was more casualties in Youngblood, Wet Works, all those comics where there was like, oh, are you guys really heroes? Because there's a lot of murder happening around y'all. And so I was kind of like dulled to the idea of there being evil superheroes. And it, on the comic page, it didn't jump off the comedy, the humor. It didn't leap off the page reading it. So now in watching it, I'm like, oh my God, like someone is a very sick and twisted person writing this stuff. You're just like, you get high and you think, what's something else we can do that's really, really fucked up? Man.
It's Blunt, The Boys
Hero
season
gasm.
3. Yeah, exactly.
I'm really looking forward to watching it. I'm really, really, really.
This hero gasm thing sounds insane. So okay.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Oh, by the way, changing subjects a little bit. So I just realized this. Next week, Miss Marvel comes out.
Yep.
Yeah,
On the
Wednesday.
same day as Obi-Wan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Miss Marvel and Obi-Wan. And then in August, it'll be Andor and She-Hulk that will be running on the same day. I think
I don't know
Andor
about
comes
those
first
two.
and then She-Hulk,
Well,
but
supposedly
I know,
they're
right?
redoing She-Hulk.
The CGI. I've already seen
CGI.
the upgraded CGI. It does look better.
Yeah.
I mean,
looks better,
it's not a difference between Ugly Sonic and Final Sonic level of redo.
I think they're probably
but-
still working on it.
Oh,
And
sure.
I
Better.
believe
Oh, they're better.
Someone had to have been fired for releasing that first one without really
Just like-
checking it.
What were they thinking? It looked like a create a character thing from a PlayStation 2 game. That's what it looked like to me.
I mean, I
Yes,
would say,
Tom.
I would say Sims.
I thought it was done by Sims.
It
I
was
thought
Sims.
they said, like, look, get the Sims program out. We need to get the She-Hulk trailer up and running.
Yeah, but it definitely does look. Well, first of all, it looks a lot more like Tatiana than the first one does.
It's just the facial expressions. It just doesn't look.
Yeah,
organic.
it's better. I mean,
Yeah,
and this is
it
the
is
thing.
better.
It helps in the Hulk character that the body proportions are already unhuman, and so it's easier to get taken in and taken away from the uncanny valley because you're not looking at something that is purported to look absolutely human. But the Jennifer Walters character is basically just a scaled human. And
Hmm.
so the proportion, it's not like her head is really wide, like MODOK wide, like Banner's head is. And so your brain is like, this is just a green woman who doesn't look right. But
Mm.
whereas with the Hulk, it's like he's this abnormally huge, freakishly large person. And so your mind doesn't reject the proportions of the face and certain elements of the face. Plus, his Bruce squints a little bit more, and the eyes are one of the creepiest parts of the CGI stuff happening. So,
But my question is, when does this take place? Because at the end of Shang-Chi, he's Bruce Banner, and in this, he's Professor Hulk.
right.
Yeah, but also in this series, he did there are a lot of shots on camera with them as in their human form. So he doesn't stay the Hulk or Smart Hulk or whatever throughout this entire season.
See, I didn't know
The-
that, so I'm so
yeah.
curious when does this take
Oh, it's
place?
definitely post snap, post Endgame.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, look, there's so much that they're doing within Marvel. I'm really wondering if they're like saying we're no longer going to be keeping up with the timeline anymore. We're moving into a whole different thing where the timeline doesn't matter. Just know that this shit is all going down.
I
I don't
can't
think they're ever
imagine.
gonna. I can't imagine them doing that. They're gonna be pretty articulate with what
Well,
they're doing.
I can't imagine they do anything pre Endgame now at this point. Everything, with the exception of Black Widow, has been post Endgame. I can't
And
imagine.
and I'm gonna
Hmm.
need Jessica Jones to show up. Maybe even Daredevil. Hell, maybe even Luke Cage, and also everyone's favorite, the Immortal Iron Fist, Protector of Kunlun, Sworn Enemy of the Hand.
Ugh.
If you see that actor pop up anywhere, please send Ryan a check because Ryan has single-handedly made that happen.
Oh, clearly.
Oh,
Now,
Oh.
a person, I've just read an article because we were talking about timeline. If you look at stills of Ruffalo Banner in the She-Hulk trailer, his arm is not damaged at all.
Nope.
His
Nope.
snapping arm is not damaged at all. And it's been, by the time Shang-Chi has occurred, I mean, it's at least months, right?
And he's in a cast.
And
the
he's
cast
still
as
in a
Bruce
cat
Banner,
and
yeah.
as Bruce Banner, and it's and even the bits you can see his hand or whatever looks a little still fried. So I wonder, there is a theory that it does take place during the snap. I think it will be interesting to see if there are any more stories of the scale of Black Widow to be told in the snap. I think we're gonna
But-
have to. We're probably gonna
Oh.
see some
No,
references
wait,
to
no,
things that happen
Tom.
during the snap.
Speaking of that, there's an article talking to the showrunner from Secret Invasion. They're saying Secret
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Invasion
yeah.
takes place during the snap, takes place during that
Some
period
parts,
of
yeah, some
time
parts.
during the snap. Yeah.
But
So
now,
Well,
so
but-
there's also a
But it doesn't
theory
tie
that
into Sam Jack in No Way Home. Or are we
There's a-
saying that Secret
no.
Invasion
I believe that
was?
some parts take place during the snap. Some
yeah,
parts.
but there's
okay.
a theory that says that the Secret Invasion takes place during the snap, so that we will be looking at everything moving forward, saying, "Wait, are you who you are supposed to be, or are you Kree shape changer?"
okay, but let's say that She-Hulk takes place post snap, pre Endgame. Everybody's gonna argue, where was she during the Endgame battle?
Right.
She's in New York, right?
You mean Skrull, by the way, not Kree.
No. But in Secret Invasion, they're flipping it. It's the Kree that are the
Yeah,
ones.
but the Skrulls are
that
the ones that they can shapeshift.
No, but
No,
again,
but he's
Ryan,
saying that the
again, what I'm saying in
Kree are
Secret
the bad
Invasion.
guys in the MCU. The
Okay.
Skrulls are good guys in the MCU. So it's not.
Yeah, so it's not the Skrulls who are on the planet who are doing all. It's the Kree who are on the planet doing all that, and it's why I don't know why you would change that. when you already have the scrolls there. I don't know.
So I have a question. So the Abomination. So we saw him in his human form. I thought he was always
Right.
stuck in his like
Mhm.
Well, in
monster
the
form.
in the comic books, he was.
So
but-
my question is too. So like, it's because like what was he doing with what's his face
Wong.
Oh, we'll see.
Wong?
We'll
Yeah,
see.
Earning a check.
I mean, besides that, my brother, but so were they working together? Like, obviously they're working together, but I got so many questions, and hopefully that like what he was doing with Wong is
Well,
answered.
Wong is in She-Hulk too, so we'll see.
Yeah,
That question has got to be answered. And also, how is he Emil Blonsky again?
Well, yeah,
You know,
that's what
how
that's,
did he
that's
how
what
did
Ryan
he
was just
change that?
asking.
Because that's not something that Abomination ever did. He was Abomination forevermore, right?
Right.
He
I'm still-
mutated further.
I'm
He
still, like,
changed
kinda-
further.
still kind of like scratching my head at how Wong was able to beat him in that fight, but whatever.
Oh, he's
Well,
a Sorcerer Supreme.
Well, because
He's-
the Abomination punched himself.
Yeah, probably you're correct with that. But like Wong's Sorcerer Supreme in name only because fucking Doctor Strange was gone for 5 years.
Yeah.
I mean, he was still. It's a fake professional wrestling fight. I mean, are you really
So
thinking that deep into it? He was supposed to lose, so he lost.
okay, I mean, I was just asking. I
But
didn't know.
You do know that Dwayne The Rock Johnson never actually fought any of those people, right?
Are you saying that? Do you have any proof of that?
Outside of all this magnificence that we've discussed today, what are you watching, Anthony?
I'm just waiting for the boys. Probably gonna binge Stranger Things this weekend and just catch up on everything.
Oh, Stranger Things. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. The whole thing is done, right? The
No,
first
No.
part.
No.
First
Yes.
half.
Yes,
First
the first
half
half.
of the season.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
Ozarked it.
They Captain Cartered it. Yes.
Oh, damn. All right, Ryan, what are you watching, sir?
I'm starting to watch Stranger Things. Then I need to get on the boys, and also guilty pleasure, The Orville, season 3. It's on Hulu.
Oh,
It is just stupid funny.
okay.
It just is.
Okay.
It's yeah. Good
It
stuff.
looks
I
like
like
they're
the
taking
Orville.
it a little bit more seriously this
A
season.
little bit.
too.
The first season was first season was good, but like less serious. Season 2 was really, really funny, but more serious. Now it's getting, but it's just funny. It just is. If you can get past the first season, if you like mildly like the first season, you'll love season 2. And so I'm really looking forward to season 3. And it came out, I think the first episode came out yesterday, actually.
Okay. Okay. What about you, Tom?
Well, I have already watched all of Stranger Things, and I am caught up on The Boys. So my indulgence this past week was Downton Abbey.
Downton Abbey.
Yes, it is much better than Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, get out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
And I will say, as a person who's watched all of the Downton Abbey TV episodes and all of the Christmas specials and the first movie, this is a great way to completely cap off the franchise. This is the end of it. It is quite clearly the end of it. And it is a very, very good film. Any person who is a fan of the series at all would really appreciate what Fellows has done with this movie. He's done a brilliant, brilliant job.
You know, my kids they told me for my mom's birthday, they're like, "Oh, Daddy, you should get Mima some tickets to go see the Downton Abbey movie because you know she loves that show." And I'm like, "Man, she don't want to go see that. That was crazy." But now I'm like, "Damn, man, I should have done that."
Yeah,
Man.
it's if she likes the show, then
Yeah.
she will definitely want. She will. There's nobody who likes the show who would not want to see this movie. It is.
What's
it
the
is
show
not
even about?
disappointing at
'Cause
all.
I've heard about it, but never.
It's about the
never seen it.
luckiest white family in pop culture, basically. And they own an abbey. The Earl of Grantham owns this beautiful abbey in rural England, and Maggie Smith is the Dowager Countess, and just she's great. She's has withering commentary for everybody. She's real old school, real traditional. She doesn't like change. Carson is the butler. And he is a real old school Vanguard dude. And then there's like 20 characters that they follow in the show, so it's too much to get into. But it's an English period drama, and it chronicles this family through 15, 20 years of their lives, with marriages and births and deaths and all sorts of things. It's just a really, really well done show.
And the grand finale is this film.
This film would appear. Well, I will say it would appear there are no ends left to tie up, and so it really does seem like Fellows, who has moved on to the Gilded Age on HBO. It seems like this really is the final bit.
Okay. The only thing I'm watching, and if you all have any interest in the music industry, the music game, want to know how it was going down in the 90s, man, you have got to watch Wu-Tang and American Saga. My God, that show, it takes me back right when it was all going down. Knowing some of these stories from working with several people at Loud Records, knowing a lot of the players behind the scenes, it's watching this series. It's just like this is quite possibly season 2 is one of the first shows I have binge watched beginning to end. Started yesterday afternoon, finished maybe 4 or 5 o'clock this morning, since quite possibly maybe The Defenders. I mean, I haven't sat up and just watched episode after episode of anything, and Wu-Tang had me hooked. It takes you right back to when it was all going down. So I highly encourage everyone to check out Wu-Tang American Saga on Hulu. It's the business. Anything else out there, y'all?
No, I think that's it.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
I'll be watching the new Star Trek series. I have to finish Discovery season 4, but the not Below Decks, which is the animated one.
So Discovery, like they're like 900 years in the future or whatever.
Yeah, they're still in the far future. It's still the post-Burn universe.
Yeah, I stopped after season 1. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it, but I was just like, it's all right.
Oh no, you got it. Season 2 is really, really good. Season 3, where they flash forward, is different, but the fundamental conflicts between the season 2 introduces Spock as like a main character. That's what the Red Angel shit. So they kind of start with the time travel stuff, but the deadly system that is threatening the entire Star Trek universe, that thing is kind of wrapped up in season 2. So that's pretty damn cool.
Okay. Nice.
It's
good
pretty
shit.
fucking cool. It's a good show. It's a good show.
I love it. Well then, with that, Anthony, good sir, take us out, brother.
Good news, everybody.
McBain.
When keeping it real goes wrong.
Cuttingham.
Where is my period costume suit?
Excelsior. Period piece.